Sie was packen.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here on Tribun. And we won't waste time again. The game from today is named Wild Horses, and we are in the board view. And yeah, Max, take your turn.
So, white begun this time. Maybe looking here and here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the usual stuff with
the usual
the
stuff. Not that usual from my side, because 2 equity after 2 moves. This is a novelty.
Yes, and we have a little bit of a stare down here.
Yeah.
And I tried to block, and in the future maybe build an Equus here to stare back.
Yeah, and at the moment here, I was mildly underrepresented on the lights hexes, and so here would be a nice attacking spot because this Sagittarius isn't defended at all. So I block.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I took my took a little bit of time here. I didn't have to do this, so I didn't, and I made this for the future to go here.
Oh,
And
or
to look,
maybe, yeah, or maybe building a ballista here and then be on the way, or a
yeah,
lot of different ideas in this.
yeah, I probably made an Equus here,
Yeah,
and I tried to fight for this hexagon,
and you did,
maybe
obviously.
going here to attack.
By the way, my Sagi here is well defended.
Yes.
Okay.
So that was a little bit under pressure. I defended. Maybe in the future I had a plan of building an Equus here to look there.
Yeah, at the moment it's quite well defended. From 2
Yes.
units with 5 power, it's yeah, it's enough for a servus. Yeah.
I didn't really know what you were trying here
I
because you
don't know.
can't really go forward with your unit.
Not at the moment, yeah.
Yeah, but these fields are all blocked, and long term I prefer equity because their lines will open up. Sagittarii.
Yeah, if you're combining your units and the opponent does the same, then you are going from this massive areas to more structured formations. And this way, an Equus becomes more powerful because there's more room to move. Well, I don't know. Let's have a look on the next moves. Maybe we will discover why I did this.
At time I tried to get my units here to go towards
combining
there.
and bringing all the comrades to the party. And now you see, yeah, another Equus.
Yeah, but
So it wasn't the
told you
Sagittarius.
all the
Sorry.
time that was a long-term plan.
Mm-hmm.
So everything is well guarded. Oh, that was a little too quick for my. So
Even now you can see why the game is named Wild Horses. A lot of horses on the field. That's unusual.
that's true. So you prophylactically attacked me here so that you could do this in the future to
discover
maybe.
and yeah. By the way, we need a lot of oats. We need a lot of oats to feed all the horses.
So
now you're attacking one of them.
Yes.
And I'm stepping aside, pressuring. Yeah, and this one is not defended at all. And
well,
now it is.
And this is a very strong black bond. But
on the dark hexes, but there are a lot of weaknesses, I would say. But
Not really,
Not
because
really weak now. Yeah.
these guys, we have this guy patrolling and this.
Forget what the old man was just telling you.
Yes. Interesting. I have all these.
Uh,
All my ranks are covered. But anyways,
like
you
a
went in.
like a piece of music sheet.
That was a little bit far from there.
Yeah.
But you went in, and I blocked you, and I attacked.
Mm.
So you tried to go here, and I interposed your attack
Mm.
by building this in your way. And this is well defended.
Now I had to cogitate a little. Is there a lot of pressure or, yeah, maybe danger levels? I am under attack, but maybe I could go here. But now I see you're attacking here and protecting there.
Yes,
But
but
maybe
you.
it's a plan to go here and there and there. I don't know. No, here is not a good plan. It is, as we saw earlier, it is protected.
Yeah. So
But you
I.
didn't attack anyway.
Yes, I don't know why. Even if you took here, I could have retaken like this, and I would have defended that all of the same. So I don't know what I did there. I tried to block you because I seemingly didn't see that you can't go here because of this guy. But I over defended this.
And
And
I
you're really.
over attacked.
Yeah, that is so strange.
Now the horses are turning into heavy ordnance.
Yes, but you tried to get me here.
Yeah,
And
scare
it's a
you off a
little
little.
pleasant, I gotta admit.
So now the first attack on a Tribune.
Yeah.
And this way, now maybe we became a little too fast. By the no, not taking back. Not no. I just did not want you to accelerate further, and then we are at the end, and nobody ever noticed what happened. Now I'm attacking here, blocking and attacking here. The Equus itself is guarded by this ballista, and there are a lot of ideas in this.
I have a feeling that I messed up here somewhere. Or maybe you. Oh, I see the tactic. You would think that's guarded, but it's not really.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably saw this because that used to guard that. Because it had to move this ballista, it
Yeah, it
took
hit.
its eye off that, and now you can
Yeah,
take here.
yeah, but now your Equus had the same two-job
Yep.
evening here. Okay.
And that is very well. So you could only
Ah,
go here, and then it would be a trade where you would lose material.
okay. Yeah, obviously I
Yes.
messed up somehow. Not you. It
Yeah.
was me.
I Strange. Usually I have a feeling that I mess up, and I did, but this time that was not the case.
But this way, when you're moving this one step forward, this becomes free and a possible attacking spot for me. But yeah, I would be far away from your Tribune and you could hide. I don't think this is really a next attack.
Yes, and that that is a very creative way to draw. No, that's a very big threat. So
Yeah.
let's see.
But this way, turning into an Equus again, defending here, attacking there. And maybe I have a unit here in the future.
Yeah, so
Yeah, but
that's
for
your
now,
plan.
you are the one who's pressuring.
But yeah, you overload
Ah,
them. And you can't
bing
block.
bong.
And the worst part is that I can force you to go here or here, and then I can impero take here.
Mhm.
So let's see what happened.
You ordered a ballista? No, I didn't. It's
So
not mine. Yeah.
now it's a usual thing to do. Count the escape fields. These are all spots the Tribune will be trying to go to
And
next.
don't forget this one here.
Yes, that's most important one. And you have to do something against that.
Mhm.
So maybe it would be good if you build an Sectarius here to attack and defend yourself with an Servus.
Servus. This is very strong when you are hunting a Tribune. This
Yes,
is
because
quite
the
common.
Tribune would be forced to go away from here and get to
Okay,
either.
okay. Now you're exaggerating.
Okay, so you would have to build an Equus or to coming directly. Oh, you couldn't even. I'm thinking about that. That could be good. Maybe let's see what I did.
Ah,
That's also good.
that's also good,
Um,
yeah.
yeah,
But
because you're bringing.
it would have been stronger because the other move would have forced me to combine further up.
Yes.
There would have just this field been left to combine.
Well, and these
I
two.
guess.
Yes, but
No, this not because this is defended by the ballista.
oh yeah.
This maybe. Okay, now we are straying from the path. Okay,
Yes. So
this.
you have to prevent that. So just if you're playing yourself.
Mm, and now you see I was
Oh.
on the run,
Yeah. I
but
remember now what
but
game.
but I got a little bit of breathing time to bring my unit, and this is next.
Ah.
And I mean, or I think we discussed this quite deep, and we didn't find a move that would prevent next.
No,
There
and
was
what's
none. In every situation, you had enough units in front of this one. If
yeah,
you do nothing at all, then maybe take back a little. So this is
that,
next, yeah.
that was the ending.
But when we take this back and your defensive move, uh, one very important point is that there is not just the Equus in front, but the one from behind covering a very important attacking field here that even just a Servus could stand here, guard this, and could not be taken by the Tribune to escape.
Yeah, so a usual tactic is this next,
Yeah,
but only if that is not attacked. So if
yeah.
that's attacked, that will not work.
Just
And
by the Tribune, and it's
you
not
wouldn't
enough.
even need this.
Yeah, and even if you have 3 units, I mean, if you would have taken one, then this
Yeah,
would be
because
all the same
that
next.
defended. But
So
anyways, I'm a little sad to
yeah,
because I didn't see.
yeah, this it's sometimes it's so important to not let the enemy Tribune slip away. And normally you
Yes,
are very good in this. I mean, it was a minor blunder. Your attack was devastatingly strong. I
yeah.
was
So
on the run, and
that is very good because this is all attacked,
I would have
and
deserved to lose, I have to admit.
yeah, but and you would have had to combine here, and
Yeah,
that would have been very bad. But
yeah, yeah.
shit happens, and You know, I'll win another day,
You're the
and
victor of the hearts.
yeah. And I would say let's go to the goodbye screen.
Yes, we do.
So, any final things to add, maybe?
No, thanks for this nice revision. Thanks out there to all of you who paid attention again and supported us. If you want to support us further, then subscribe to our channel, leave a like, ring the bell, share it with your friends, and have a good time.
Yes. And I would say, see you soon.
On Tribun.